We often think of cats as fiercely independent, aloof, self-sufficient. Little creatures that don't need much beyond food, water, and a sunny spot to nap in. But beneath that cool, composed exterior lives a heart that feels deeply. A spirit that notices more than we think. Cats may not wag their tails or lick your face in joy like dogs do, but that doesn't mean they don't love. In fact, they love quietly, carefully, and when that love is shaken, they feel it all the way to their little souls. As humans, we sometimes forget how much our actions ripple through the lives of our feline companions. We assume they're fine just because they're quiet. We assume they're unaffected just because they don't show it. But cats have emotional lives, and when we unknowingly hurt them, it can leave invisible scars that linger. Today, we're going to explore the subtle, surprising, and sometimes heartbreaking ways you might be emotionally hurting your cat without even realizing it. Imagine for a moment that you're your cat. Your world is small, but it's yours. Your home is your entire universe. Every smell, every sound, every object is familiar. Safe. Predictable. Now imagine someone suddenly playing a trick on you, a prank. Something like placing a cucumber behind you while you're eating. You turn around and, bam, you're hit with the image of something you instinctively perceive as a snake. Panic. Confusion. Pure fear. And for what? A laugh? What feels like harmless fun to us can be terrifying to them. That cucumber prank that once went viral on social media? For your cat, it isn't funny. It's traumatic. It shatters their sense of safety, making them anxious in places that used to feel secure, like their food bowl or litter box. That one moment can lead to lasting anxiety. And they may start avoiding those areas altogether. Cats are tied to their environment in ways we rarely understand. Their territory is their sanctuary. Teasing them, moving their belongings, startling them for entertainment. These are small actions with big consequences in their world. And it's not just pranks. Even the tone of your voice can change the way your cat sees you. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing. They pick up frequencies we don't even register. So when we raise our voice, even if it's not directed at them, it can shake them to their core. Shouting in a room, slamming doors, or simply having a loud argument nearby can feel like a thunderstorm to them. It doesn't matter if you're angry at someone else. To your cat, it feels like the energy in the room just turned dangerous. Their instincts kick in and they may retreat, hide, or even begin to avoid you. And then there's the way we call their name. Mittens, Charlie, Bella. Cats can absolutely recognize their names. But what happens when you call them and nothing positive follows? No treat, no cuddle, no playtime, maybe just a dreaded bath or a dose of medicine. Over time, they stop coming. Not because they don't love you, but because their name has become a signal of something unpleasant. And that breaks a small part of the trust they once had. Trust. That's what it all comes down to. And trust can be damaged in silence, in neglect, in things we don't even realize we're not doing. Like grooming. Cats are incredibly clean animals. Their grooming is not just hygiene, it's pride. It's confidence. And when we neglect to help them groom, especially long-haired breeds, we don't just leave them physically uncomfortable. We chip away at their dignity. A matted coat, dirty fur, knots they can't reach, these aren't just inconvenient. They're emotionally distressing. Cats who don't feel clean, don't feel secure. They may hide more. They may act out. They may simply withdraw. It's not vanity. It's emotional well-being. And emotional needs go beyond grooming. Cats crave affection and connection, on their own terms, of course. They may not always sit on your lap or ask for belly rubs, but they need interaction. Ignoring your cat, not engaging in play, not speaking gently to them, not acknowledging them, can actually lead to depression. Yes, cats can get depressed. According to research, lack of bonding and affection can result in behavioral problems, aggression, withdrawal, and even physical symptoms like over-grooming or refusing to eat. Your cat isn't just a presence in your home. They're watching you, waiting, listening. They know your routine. They find comfort in it. So when that routine suddenly changes, it can cause real distress. You feed them at 8 a.m. every day. Then one week it's 11. Or not at all. You work from home all year. Then suddenly you're gone from dawn to dusk. Your cat doesn't understand the reason. They only feel the loss. Separation anxiety isn't just a dog thing. Cats feel it too. They just don't show it the same way. Their distress is quieter, more subtle. But it's there. You might notice they sleep more or hide more or vocalize more when you're around. They might become clingy or strangely distant. It's their way of coping with the confusion, the loneliness, the worry that you might not come back. And while we're on the subject of stress and safety, have you ever thought about your cat's hiding spots? Those little corners under the bed, the back of the closet, the high shelf above the fridge, they're not just random spots. They're emotional shelters, safe zones. When a cat feels overwhelmed, those are the places they run to. And when they find a new spot to curl up high and watch the world below, it's not just a habit, it's therapy. Cats are observers, watchers. They feel safe when they can survey their environment, when they have options, when they can control their exposure to stress. Removing those spaces, closing doors to rooms they love, or not giving them access to vertical spots, it might seem like nothing to us. But for them, it can feel like a loss of control. The same goes for their litter box. It might seem like just a place for them to do their business, but for your cat, it's a deeply vulnerable act. They need privacy, cleanliness, quiet. Imagine trying to use the bathroom in the middle of a noisy hallway with people constantly walking by. That's what it feels like when we place the litter box in a busy area, or worse, when it's dirty. A dirty litter box isn't just gross, it's stressful. And if your cat starts avoiding it, it's not them being naughty, it's them trying to protect themselves. To feel safe. To avoid discomfort or fear. Even the smell of heavily scented litter can overwhelm them. Their noses are far more sensitive than ours. Floral-scented litter might seem pleasant to us, but for them, it's like walking into a perfume store on full blast. But perhaps the most overlooked emotional need of cats is mental stimulation. Beneath that calm, sleepy exterior lives a hunter, a thinker, a problem solver. Cats are wired to chase, to explore, to figure things out. When that part of them is neglected, boredom sets in. Frustration builds. Some cats become destructive. Others just shut down. You might see it as laziness, but it's not. It's a silent cry for engagement. Imagine reading the same book every day, seeing the same toy, hearing the same sounds, eating the same food. Cats need variety, challenge, novelty, something new to paw at, something to chase, something to conquer. Rotating toys, adding puzzle feeders, even hiding treats around the house, it can make a world of difference to their happiness. And maybe the most important truth in all of this is that your cat isn't trying to be difficult. They're trying to tell you something. But 75% of cat owners misread or misunderstand their cat's body language. The tail flick, the ear twitch, the way they blink slowly at you, it all means something. They're speaking, just not in words. So maybe today is the day you start listening. Maybe today, instead of walking past your cat's perch, you stop. Look them in the eye and blink slowly. Maybe today you sit beside them, even if they don't jump into your lap. Maybe you clean their litter box, brush their fur, or buy a new toy you've never tried before. Maybe you skip the prank, lower your voice, and greet them by name, just to say hi. Because in their quiet way, they're always showing up for you. They curl at your feet when you're sad. They follow you from room to room. They nudge your hand when you need a moment of pause. They're not just animals. They're companions. Little hearts beating silently beside your own. And all they want, more than anything, is to feel safe with you. So let's give them that.